that I will hold in order to do business with you. They break open your house one time, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago, coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. It's Tune It Up tonight. Remember, we are also on Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook, it's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. On Facebook, like and share, viewers. Let your friends and family know about Real Talk with Saieed Ali, local, regional, and international. Also on YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live, viewers. So, remember, Real Talk Credit Union information is also asking you, the public, to save for your kids. Contact our office. Our numbers will be on screen shortly. Set up an appointment. We are located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. Call us. Speak with one of our representatives. Set up a date. Come in, open an account, a savings account for you, for the grandmother, the grandfather, for even the kids. Remember that, viewers. Real Talk is also offering you 4% on fixed deposit, the highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago. So, viewers, it's your choice to look upon it. Remember, you're not going to get any 4% in any financial institution other than Real Talk. Remember that, viewers. This offer is for you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So as we start off our program tonight, the Minister of Finance, Colin Imbut, has announced that tax amnesty has been extended to June 30th. This, he said, is specifically being done to ensure those supplying goods and service to the government, public bodies, are up to date with their tax payment. Imbut announced this in the Senate earlier today. Imbut said previously, most entries and state enterprise required people to provide a tax clearance certificate, and discretion was often shown. Because of the Procurement Act, he added that Cabinet decided to allow business, especially small business, who always have trouble with their accounts. Imbut feel everybody is the government office. So there's an extension of the tax amnesty, viewers, until June 30th, 2023. So those of you who hasn't paid as yet, there's an extension. Those of you who have been already paying, well, congratulations. But I don't understand why Imbut would say small business have always having trouble with their accounts. Government is refused to give account to the public on how taxpayer money is being spent. But you want to say small business in Trinidad and Tobago always having problems. Just imagine that, Trinidad. Imagine that. Small business managing their business is just that they are not getting their tax refunds. And that is one thing I can say. You're paying cash and you're getting a bond. The government is giving you back a bond for when? For 3 years. So am I to wait 3 years now for that bond to mature, then to get my tax refund? But Colin, remember talking about small business having problems, getting their tax or their accounts together. I had to wait 3 years for money that I pay. So what are you talking about? And I am definitely sure the business owners in Trinidad and Tobago could relate with this. They could relate to this. But Imbut, all are good for all yourself, yes? All ain't good for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. All ain't good for them at all. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and Energy Minister Stuart Young discussed energy security with U.S. officials on Monday. The meeting was held at the White House in Washington, D.C. The relate stated that the talks featured extensive discussions with surrounding progressing of TNT energy security and the potential effects or efforts of the same on CARICOM and the wider Americas. It added that parties agreed to continue working together to ensure energy stability for the region. Let's imagine they had a whole discussion just to say, well, you know what, we agree and we're going to continue working. Some of the details that comes out of these energy talks, I can tell you something. Stuart Young should share it with the public. Give the public some sort of hope. Give them something to hold on to, that yes, we are working on something. Yes, we are working on something. Every 5 years, they come to you, they bruise your head, and you suffer for the next 5 years again. A lot of individuals said, tax is not a problem, tax is not a problem, tax is not a problem. But listen to this. According to word on the street, if you don't pay your property tax, they come in to auction your property. So I wonder if that happens to you now, what would you be saying? Yeah, we go pay tax, we go pay tax. When you realize your property up for auction, where you go pay? What you gonna do? You are the same one who asked for it. The very, very same one. So trying to make a big development in the Brent Thomas matter that is before the court. 4 members of the TNT Police Service Professional Standard Bureau who handled the Brent Thomas case last October are said to have been so traumatized by the public criticism. They received since a recent judgment in his favor that they are now receiving counseling. I wonder if Brent Thomas was given counseling. I wonder if he was given counseling after the whole incident that took place. Did TTPS offer counseling to Brent Thomas? I'm asking a question. The 4 officers are receiving counseling after the whole incident took place. Is the police officers in Barbados, are they receiving counseling? Is Brent Thomas receiving counseling? But we understand from TTPS is that the officers in Trinidad are receiving counseling after they've been so traumatized by the public criticism. This was revealed yesterday by Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Social and Welfare Association, who are now calling on the parliamentarians and the public to desist from ridiculing the PSP officers involved in the arrest of Thomas as the appeal court does its work. So, according to the judge, it was unlawful. So who's going to counsel the judge now for making that decision? Who's going to counsel the judge now for making that decision? They acted unlawfully. That was the decision of the courts. Not TTPS, not Saieed, not Brent Thomas, not Barbadian police officers.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com. and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtalk Group of Companies building at number 14 Carney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
So Trinidad and Tobago, the court has made its decision, the judges made its decision that the act was unlawful. It was unlawful. That was the ruling in the court by the judge. So here it is. Assistant Superintendent Gideon Dixon, standing in solidarity with the officers, urged the public to put all criticism on hold while the matter is before the court. The judge already said they acted illegally. It was not professionalism. I mean, what's before the court again? Call a good night.
Saeed,
go right ahead, your life.
Imitation vaccine vegan. I like what you said there. The court is the final arbitrator.
Correct.
The court say they do stupidness and untoward action. That is the TTPS.
Yes.
A dysfunctional organization. Even the Attorney General say there was a lot of missteps. So this fella they call Dixon. He have no brains. He can't read or understand. Because that is one of the issues with the TTPS, you know. They're moving up the hierarchy, not because of competence, you know, because of incompetence. You know what should be stressing them out? The 4% they run and take. If it was another government, they're taking the 4%, they would have another day of policing. No. You remember the last POLS, Police Service Commission collapse because bliss and all kind of thing. This new one, I think it's dysfunctional, you know. They're supposed to call in the police commissioner, excellence earner, and ask her for a report, say what is happening to the organization. We give you the commissioner of police hat to wear, and your organization has been dysfunctional. The Attorney General say only do something rubbish, and a judge say so, only do something wrong. I want a report, and tell her she must not give a verbal report, an oral report like what we accept, because they're still investigating. What they investigated, what they call it, the PSB is supposed to step aside, bring in independent investigator, and I will say, jam them for police officers who have been engaging in untoward behavior. Remember the imitation police we are getting yet? The government have the police, the TTPS, right where they want them. They want them in a collapsed state so they could do all the nefarious acts. I'm going to have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, the matter is before the court. The judge made his ruling based on evidence. All remember that, eh? Remember that, eh? Judges and magistrates makes decision based on evidence. And I want to let you understand something. I ain't labeling no police officer, you know. I ain't labeling the judge, you know. I ain't labeling TTPS, you know. But this was a statement that was made by the courts. It was made by the judge, the magistrate. You understand? So, Dixon stated that TTPS would appreciate similar support as his officer, whose name have been used as a political football, did their jobs to the best of their ability, and it makes no sense that they are being criticized. I want Dixon to understand something. Yes, I understand you have to make your statement to the public. Yes, I understand you have to defend your officers. But understand, this came from the courts. And is what the court said, that is what the police, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are going with. You can't blame the media house. You can't blame a talk show host. You can't blame word on the street. You can't blame printed press. You can't blame nobody. This was the finding of the courts in Trinidad and Tobago. This decision would have come after going through evidence. Because when a TTPS officer goes to court with a citizen, the magistrate would give their judgment based on evidence, finding, and facts. Correct? Am I correct, Trinidad and Tobago? So if the officers are being criticized, it is because for the work that they did. It is because, and I will say it again, it is because of the work that they did and the rulings from the judge. Gideon, he said, some officers attached to the PSB have since been receiving emotional support as it impacted his office significantly to the extent that they have reached out to provide some psychological support for the officers and their family members. Family members now getting support. This is TTPS. This is PSB office. PSB office investigates officers. A ruling was made by a judge. Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago went on a frenzy, went on a rage based on what the judge said. So I also want Gideon to understand that is the judge made it. That I want you to understand. So we're going now to former Commissioner of Police. In 2019, after 1 year on the job, previous Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith commented on his performance during his first year in office. Griffith said he was not satisfied with his performance, although there were major achievements, including a reduction in murder toll. Listen to this.
I am never satisfied. I deem for perfection. So as much as I have done all that is possible, I intend to do much more. I wish I can do much more, and I intend to do much more. As I said, this is not the Gary Griffith show. This is about trying to make this the best Trinidad and Tobago police service ever. And that is my intention, that is my job, that is my mission.
Did he rate himself? No. The previous cop said his aim was to do the best that he could do. He said, I am not there to judge myself. The public can judge me. positive or negative. Based on a satisfactory survey done in 2019 by the police service, 76% of those polled claim had confidence in Griffith. So the first 100 days in office, can the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago say that they have confidence in the present Commissioner of Police, Ola Christopher? According to 723 people telephoned for the survey, 65% rated him as either excellent or very good. Of those who were polled, 95% supported the police initiative and only 14 had no confidence in the police. Meanwhile, after becoming cop in February 3rd, months later, Ola Haywood Christopher has given herself an excellent grade. Listen to this, playback.
Anything on the 100 days of your time as Commissioner of Police?
You have time to check 100 days of easy working.
How would you rate your performance, ma'am, so far?
Excellent.
Trinidad and Tobago. You know, this commissioner, 100 days in office, can you tell of any reduction in anything in Trinidad and Tobago? I want you, the citizens of this country, to be the judge. Look at what is taking place in your community. Look at what is taking place in the schools. Look at what is taking place in the cocaine block, on the marijuana block, in the cities, in the towns, in the countries. Look at what is taking place daylight. Look at what is taking place in the night. Look at larceny, house breaking, murder, human trafficking. And you be the judge. You be the judge, Trinidad and Tobago. Say, you tell me now, where do you expect our country to be in the next 3 months? Are we going to be plagued with more murders, more house invasion, more people losing their car? I will tell you something. I'm not saying police officers, but I will start with the Minister of National Security. Come down. If the Minister of National Security shows lack of interest, what do you expect bandits to see from the Minister of National Security? When the Commissioner of Police have no idea on how to fix crime in our country, don't know how to draw up a plan, don't know where to attack, don't know how to attack, don't know how to create strategies, what do you think the rogue element in our country, or how would you think the rogue element in our country would grade the COP presently? If I, Saieed, was a bandit, to be fair and honest with you, I would say over this Commissioner of Police presently, anything could happen in Trinidad and Tobago. If I was a bandit. Because there's no source, there's no substance, there's no planning. There is nothing to hold on to. You know, if you're sinking in quicksand and you see a rope or you see a vine or you see a branch, you would hold on to it. But there is nothing to hold on to. She's already 60. She's going home just now. And I keep saying, do you think a 60-year-old Commissioner of Police, do you think they are going to stress out on fixing Trinidad? No, they're not going to do that. I am already 60. I have some 40 years in TGPS. It's time for me to rock back, make a little money, and travel with the benefits. Think about it. Citizens, you have to understand the type of commissioner you have. Oh, you have to understand that. Because I will tell you something. The rogue elements in our country, they already understand. They already understand. This commissioner, that is a bypass. She already 60. She going home just now. She ain't coming to hot up her head over nothing going on in our country. They pay nice, nice kickback, nice perks, and we enjoying it. And I have a title as the Commissioner of Police for what? Trinidad and Tobago. Me turning 60 and I got a nice position like that with a hefty salary. You think I'm going to hurt up my head over bandits? You think I'm going to hurt up my head over home invasion? You think I'm going to listen to somebody crying again? No, I've spent 40 years in the police service. I had enough of that. I intend to hear that at the age of 60. Be real, Trinidad and Tobago. You all are human beings. You went to school. You educate yourself. Be real. Call her good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Do we have a commissioner of police right now?
We have a woman who has been chosen to be the commissioner of police.
Okay. The retirement age, right? The retirement age is 60.
Yes.
She was 60 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They have to go to parliament.
Correct.
So right now we're without a commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
To extend it for a year, they
Well
have to go
said.
to parliament. So presently we have no commissioner. Do you agree?
Yes, I would say that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Somebody has been nominated. Somebody has been selected. But being a birthday and they had to go back to parliament, the guy is correct. The guy is correct. We have somebody saying, oh, this is the commissioner of police. What is their duty? What is your active duty? Just now you might say what? You know what, I'm going for a little 90 days vacation and you slip in your letter for vacation one time. You know where's that? That's the next 90 days without the commissioner of police for Trinidad and Tobago. While parliament waiting to extend, we have 90 days on vacation. Who governs TTPS? Call a good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Every night they just talk the truth, but tonight they're not talking the truth. They do have a reduction in no sense. They do have a reduction in no common sense.
Thank you.
That's what they have a reduction in. They have no kind of sense. They don't know how to run a house for the government. That's what they have a reduction in. No brain.
Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Let me tell you something. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, Howard's official not commenting on the degree controversial with the Prime Minister after this.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Realtalk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtalk Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Grooney Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
How many of you agree that the Prime Minister should receive an honorary degree? Some are very upset. Officials of Howard University are not responding to criticism of the decision to award Prime Minister Dr. Saieed Ali an honorary doctorate. Attempts to get comments from Howard's TNT-born president, Dr. Wayne I.A. Frederick, have been futile, as calls to his Washington, D.C. office have not been answered. A request for an interview to explain the rationale of Prime Minister Rowley's selection and the criteria used was emailed to the university. In response, Misha Cornelius, Director of the Public Relations at the Office of University Communication, said, "I received a media inquiry below. President Frederick is not available for comment on this." Dr. Rowley was presented with an honorary doctorate degree of letter on Saturday alongside United States President Joe Biden and other honoraries. Meanwhile, Princeton MP Barry Badara described the conferral as honorary degree as an attempt to prop up a failed leader with local government approaching. The move was also criticized by members of the public. Well, that is the talk of the town. Call a good night. Hello? Just take your gotta click one time. Moving along, opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar is demanding that the government regularize all Venezuelan with migrants card who do not have criminal record and allow them to hold driving permits and began contributing to the NIS system, which is fair. Which is fair. We can't have all these migrants here reaping the benefits of Trinidad and Tobago, and there is no tax being paid. If they get sick, they go to the doctor. You're getting all the service that Trinidad and Tobago has to offer and not contribute. Do we have a problem with this? Some of them driving, some of them going to school, enjoying all the benefits while we, the citizens, can't even have proper roads while we pay tax. Can't have proper customer service as we pay tax. Can't get proper returns as we pay tax. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Great program as usual.
Thank you, my friend.
I want you to know the citizens of this country shower you and your program with praises and give you a lot of credit. I also want you to know, and I am proud, and Real Talk must be very proud, the embassies of this country also listen to your program. They get information and intelligence from your program that they will use. And that president of Howard University, he have questions to answer. The CIA will ask the question. Let him answer the CIA. So, Mr. Said, you continue to be fearless with your program. And to the opposition leader from Monday Night Forum, I want to give her a suggestion. I think it was said on your program already. I want to remind her that the applicants for firearm permits, this will not change easily because it's bubble and corruption with this. So she has to set up a separate committee to look into applicants once they satisfy the requirements, and she could modify the law, Mr. Saeed, to when you issue firearms to persons to protect their family and the home, right, that weapon must stay in the home. If they cannot bring it outside of the home to say have it in their vehicles or so on, and speed up the process because it is really to prevent home invasion and these miscreants that want to walk into your home as though they own it. So I know politicians are listening, the world is listening to Real Talk because it is real on Real Talk. Mr. Saeed, you keep up the great work. God bless you.
Thank you, my friend. I believe recently too, the individual who awarded was at the podium speaking highly of Dr. Rowley. He was awarded by Dr. Rowley right here in Trinidad. I want to let you understand that. He was given an award right here in this country by Dr. Rowley. Right here. But what we gonna do? They say what goes around comes around. In a press release yesterday, Prasad Bisesa said Venezuelan migrants who are law-abiding and contributing to the TND economy should be fully integrated into the society. Prasad stated that she is disappointed that the government has not seen it fit to honor the international obligation under the 1951 Convention relating to the status of refugees in the 1967 Protocol relation to the status of refugee. She added, migrants cannot obtain driver's permit or registered for national insurance. They cannot tell employees that it's okay to hire these because the migrant permit have expired and the academic qualification are not recognized. Opposition leader also noted that our public primary health care system is open to them, but questioned how effective is this when TNT's medical staff do not speak their language. So what's going to happen there now? Translators from our side? We're going to hire translators now to put in the hospitals? Are we moving forward or are we moving backward, Trinidad? Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this. Moving along, former Attorney General and current Rural Development and Local Government Minister Saieed Ali has stated that Miami-Dade Circuit Court Judge Rememboso Diaz has entered final judgment of the US $131 million. An estimate of $1 billion to be paid to the government. These monies are to be paid by former Minister Brian Quaitong and businessman Steve Ferguson and Raul Jr. over criminal conduct like or linked to the construction of the Piarco Airport Development Project almost 3 decades ago. Just imagine, 50 years ago, Listen to this.
I'm very pleased to inform that today, Judge Diaz, who sat in the 11th District Court in Miami-Dade County, delivered final judgment to Trinidad and Tobago. The final judgment is the following sum: $131,318,840.47 United States dollars. That represents over 1 billion or near 1 billion Trinidad and Tobago dollars. I haven't spoken previously as the matter was before the judge to settle the final order.
The money spent over 20 years of litigation have now been justified. Al-Rawi explained that the enforcement process would entail the state lawyers applying to the U.S. court for the disclosure of the trio's U.S. asset, and the third individual do not have to pay equal portions of the judgment sum, as the entire compensation could be taken from one defending on the circumstances or depending. He also noted that while the trio signaled their intention to appeal a judgment before Florida 3rd District Court of Appeal, they are yet to make good on their intention. The U.S. lawsuit relates to the allegation inflation of two construction contracts and the maintenance contract of the airport. The U.S. case is separate from 4 local criminal cases over the airport project. So there's a different matter on that now. A different matter. 4 criminal matter now is before the court. And it's also pertaining to the airport projects. Imagine that. Eh? So Trinidad and Tobago, $1 billion will be awarded to the government of Trinidad and Tobago. What's their first step in spending that money? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed. How are you?
I'm okay. Go right ahead.
Right. I'm glad how you're pinpointing the problems of the country. But one thing I have to say, this country, they are about races. They are not about solutions. Everybody is racial. You saw the video where the PNM lady talk about the Indian community, that they should invade them and all this kind of stupidness.
Yeah.
I wonder what is her status in life. You know? But you keep up your good work and you look handsome as ever, and God bless our nation. We have to pray and believe, and things could change.
Thank you, my dear.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You see, and this is something I always tell people, you know. I'm here to lead. I'm here to give solution to problems. Look at the amount of legislation we pushed for and got it passed right here. We pushed for it. We demanded it. We brought it to the table. I will always thank Faris Al-Rawi publicly. I will always do that. Because he listened. He listened. And I'll say it again. He listened. He understood what we was pushing for. He understood the importance of it. He understood the meaning of it. He understood why we pushed it. So I will always thank him. The one we have now, I am still wondering. I am still wondering about this individual, this gentleman. Caller, good night. Hello.
Yes, right, good night.
Go right ahead, my friend, you're live.
Right, concerning this whole talk about the Commissioner of Police and Firearms, right? It's plain and simple. See, there's sometimes the people out here, anything the man says, them are just go with what the man says. The man says no firearm for nobody, no firearm for nobody. Because you can't tell me every citizen that qualifies for a firearm, that is a constitutional right. If they want to carry a firearm, they could get it. Everybody has the requirements. Where is the keep back? Why is the Commissioner of Police not signing off people's approval letter and giving them the booklet? I don't understand it. It's not making any sense, I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, right, people need to get firearms now to protect the family and themselves. Because you can't tell me you're giving me a firearm to keep in my house, because if I get hold of it from my gate now, where are you doing it?
Correct.
My firearm sit down inside a safe inside my house. What will happen there now? But you see, let me tell you, it's simple enough. If the police was doing their job, and let me tell you, see this 4% thing, I'm starting to believe that all this thing is nonsense concerning why the police can't curb crime. Let me tell you why, right? Police showed this grunter with this 4% and them had this big sport and everybody come out and celebrate that. Nah, man, I can't be this grunter with my company and then I going out to celebrate with them. That don't making sense to me. So to me, that making sense to me. Look like the police just can't handle the system again. They can't handle the amount of crime that's taking place in the country, and all this caused by unemployment. Because the government studies sending home everybody. Every agency you see is sending home workers. And keep always say he going to get rid of service commissioners now.
Correct.
So what will happen to public servants? Gentlemen, what will happen to all the public servants is they stop taking in. And a couple of years before COVID, people come and say they can take a public servant. They stop it. And he come and say that a couple of years ago or 3 years ago.
Correct.
They stop that. One last thing I want to bring to your attention, side.
Talk to me.
You're talking on a topic with the opposition leader and these illegal migrants, right? The one that registered here, right? Tell me something, right? You want to regularize these people, right? Nothing wrong with that, no?
Correct.
But what happened to all these homeless people in Port of Spain, all these Trinidad citizens that sleeping inside of all them buildings, on pavements, on all the roads and in Port of Spain? What about these people?
So concerning that, my friend, concerning that, the government is going to set up a committee now. Listen carefully now. The government is going to set up a committee to deal with that. Keep in mind, there is a building in Port of Spain that all the corporation workers have to do. Sanitation workers, TTPS, medic, all they have to do is get these people inside here.
So why is the people still on the streets at night side with us that cardboard?
Because the government's going to set up a committee to deal with it. And when that committee fails, they're going to set up our next one on money spending.
All right. So everything is our committee then.
Exactly so.
Flowing out then. All right. Anyway, you enjoy your night, right?
You too, my friend. Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Mr. Faraz Al-Rawi, have stated that the date for the country's next local government election will depend on the ruling by the Privy Council due next Thursday. Last November, Justice Jacqueline Wilson rejected legal action by social activist Ravi Balgobin Maraj, challenging Al-Rawi announcement earlier that month for a one-year extension to the terms of regional corporation, which critics said virtually ruled out local government election until December 2023. Replying to questions at the media briefing on Monday, Al-Rawi stated that the Privy Council will deliver an ultimatum ruling on Thursday and persons must await the Privy Council decision. However, he said the both main political party and the government and the opposition have already made calls for nominees as ministers. Now, his focus was on implementation. Listen to this.
We must await the Privy Council's decision. As you know, that will be delivered on Thursday. All that I can simply say is that both main political parties, the government and the opposition, have already made calls for nominations, etc., some time ago. And from my perspective as Minister of Rural Development, Local Government, I've just been focused on implementation. So we'll have to abide by the position. Quite frankly, to me, it makes little import. We all know that there's an election ahead of us. As to when that is, we'll await the Privy Council's direction. It's an interpretation summons, but that's not the subject matter of what we're here today. Let's wait for Thursday to come, and perhaps the Attorney General will speak to you at that point.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a short commercial break. But before we go for that break, remember Real Talk is offering you 4% viewers on fixed deposit, the highest interest rate that is being paid in Trinidad and Tobago. Presently, we are giving every single financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago competition. I am a leader.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Realtor Credit Union information stores are now open to members of the public. We are located at the Realtor Group of Companies building at number 14 Gruny Savannah Main Road. Opening hours are from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us via telephone at 238-6716 or 231-6219 to book your appointment. You can also stay connected with us via Facebook.
So Trinidad and Tobago, are you one of the ticket holders or an individual who drives a vehicle that got ticketed this year? More than 41,000 tickets have been issued for the year to date, according to the TTPS Road and Safety Project Coordinator, Sergeant Brent Thomas. He is appealing to persons to be easy or safer on the nation roads. Sergeant Brent Batson stated that all U-turn system data shows that 41,328 fixed penalty notice have been given out to motorists for various violations. The most common infractions are failure to wear seat belts, traffic sign violation, speeding, using mobile phone while driving, and driving without insurance. Batson added that just from the ticketing data, they have had a lot of work to do from an educational side as well as the enforcement side to try and deter persons from engaging in this type of behavior on the road. He said, while officers issue tickets as a deterrent, members of the public often accuse them of having ulterior motives. Batson said data shows 17% reduction in road fatalities. However, when fatalities do occur, it's because of speeding, driving under the influence of alcohol, and failure to wear seat belts. So Trinidad and Tobago, 41,000 plus tickets have been given out to citizens of our country. Recently, Tobago blasted licensed officers. Now, in our country, I always say, licensed officers have their job to do, TTPS have their jobs to do, and the Ministry of Works and Transport have their jobs to do in maintaining the road. Many people are complaining in Trinidad, even myself, complain about the condition of the road that we have to drive on, and our vehicles have to be roadworthy. So I want to say this. What I'm about to say goes hand in hand. Potholes in the road. Driving on the nation road and we go down in a pothole, it will cause our alignment to go bad. When you have a new brand tire in your vehicle or a foreign use tire and your camber and alignment goes out, this tends to cut your tire on one side. It's either on the outside or on the inside. We will get a ticket for what? Bad tire. How did that occur? Due to potholes on the road. Sometimes you're going on the road, driving a vehicle as normal, you just check your brakes light. Being stopped by a police officer, you have a brakes light problem. Listen this. Listen this. You will get a ticket for a brakes light. Now, before they issue that ticket for you, what officers could do, and they have the system for it in place, There's a little device that they have in their hand. They could issue a warning for you. They can issue a warning for you of a not functional brakes light. And they entered into the system as a warning. Where the warning was given and what time the warning was given. Educating all here. The next day, the very next day, you were stopped in a roadblock or a stop and check. And police officers realize that your brakes light is not working. Or what is your name, sir? John Doe. You go up on your system, you search John Doe. And the officer would realize, common sense now kicks in, eh? The officer was realize, well, you was given a warning yesterday for the same non-functional tail light. So because of the fact that you get your warning yesterday, we are now going to issue a ticket for you. How do you call that? You call that a blind. How do you call that? You call that inputting data in a system for another officer to check. Now, a ticket is a very expensive thing in Trinidad and Tobago to pay now. Very expensive. So I suggest that officers be lenient. Yes, I understand you're out there doing your jobs. To make it easy, very easy, and for the officers not to get caught up with old talk. And the citizen not giving the officers old talk, you know. All they're studying about the citizen, and all they're working for the government, and all they're making poor people pay money. Let me tell you something, officers. It's very easy. Give them a warning Monday, and when you catch them Tuesday, give them the ticket. When they go to court and they start to compete or contest the ticket, do a printout. You was given a warning Monday without seatbelt. Tuesday we catch you what? Wearing no seatbelt, and defend yourself. It works hand in hand. This is a solution to our problem, and you will not be ridiculed by citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something, viewers. To every situation or to every problem, there's a solution. Eh? There's a solution. You just need to find it. So, we are out of time for tonight, viewers. I am Saieed Ali. Remember, Real Talk is offering you 4%. We are paying the highest interest rate in Trinidad and Tobago. No financial institution is beating us. None. Check it for yourself. So, until we meet again, our rerun of this program is tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And God spare my life, we'll be back here for another Real Talk with Saieed Ali live programming.